Alrighty, hello. Hello. Um, I just wanted to get on for a second. I had a bunch of different ideas. Um, so uh the title for today's talk, were usually pretty good. I've been listening to a lot of Jonathan J. Cooey. Um, he's a microbiologist. He's been doing streams on Twitch. His channel is called Giga Ohm Biological, and unfortunately, I didn't get the link posted quick enough. I was looking for his Rumble channel. All these people have to have alternative channels for their content, so I didn't do um, all my links, but I do have a link to America's Untold Stories. They did a great episode today. They always are great. I love them. Um, and I love those kinds of channels. It just feels like you're sitting at the dinner table, goofing off with your uncles, talking to them about silly stuff. Um, so I think it's great that uh, we have access to all this cool information. It's just unfortunate we really are living in such a time of, censorship, but maybe that's not so new. We just get used to this ebb and flow of when we feel like we're free, and then it's like the leash gets pulled back. So, hi, Thomas. Um, but I'm glad to have friends watching, and I'm really just glad to have this forum here because it helps me process a lot. Um, so please do check out the episode by America's Untold Stories. Um, they they talked about drug rehab fraud, and I just think that's a really interesting topic. Like, again, I don't have to always agree with these content creators to appreciate what they're doing. Um, it's pretty cool to listen to different perspectives. So I'm grateful for the platform here. Um, One thing that I was reflecting on today is just like having a slow and steady pace is really good. Um, and at work, I've been getting really efficient and just getting things done and doing really well. And the one thing that drives me crazy is I got 4 out of 5-star reviews. And I was like, what? I had all 5 stars and someone gave me 4 stars. And I'm like, that's so lame. Because my average is 4.95. I'm like, this is the digital future we are in it presently, but we're in the beginning phases of it. What we are moving to in terms of social credit score and all that garbage, this digital governance, it's so weird and it's so far reaching, it's hard to even comprehend. So most people that are just content to be comfortable and watch sports, um, and worry about what they're doing on the weekend, like, that's cool. I respect people for being into what they're into. We all need entertainment. We all need distraction. But um we are just squandering so much opportunity, because to me the great opportunity is this connection with people and finding people that have our niche interests and pushing the envelope with philosophy. And hi, CJ. Thank you for being here. So I think this is a really great opportunity. I mean, I still get that astonishment and wonder of the world, you know? And so I think, yeah, that what sucks is that a lot of things that are being pushed on us is the doom and gloom. And I get that because I feel it. I get so stressed out being a mom these days. Just trying to take care of our business. It's like, it's so hard, but I think I finally found a good little groove. I've been getting some momentum with the channel. I've had some people watching, getting some new people watching, and that feels awesome. I'm so excited about it. And I think um, going from like 22 subscriptions to 27 or whatever in a week, that kind of momentum feels better than if I got 10,000, honestly, because I think we forget um, sometimes what really motivates us. And I just want to continue to be motivated by those little victories. Hey, I'm doing a stream, but thankfully my kid didn't bust through the door. They knocked. So that is something to celebrate, We got to celebrate the little victories. And, yeah, there's some disappointments. Like sometimes there's drama, and I'm just trying to have mutual respect, So sometimes I go off and I rant, but at the end of the day, I want to give people space, to let them do that and let me do that myself. But let's come together at the end of the day and be able to laugh. So that's my goal. I want to have fun, but I want to see what's really in front of us. And so, yeah, I do have concerns about the digital ID stuff. There's just so much, and I'm trying to figure out how do we begin to have the conversations with people that have the potential to be open to it. Because I think a lot of us are getting frustrated that like other people don't see what we see, and they don't see what we're so stressed out about. And yet we're all looking through our own lens. So yeah, we need to figure this out in order to stay sane and civilized. And I do get nervous, like, because I attempt to at least scan through all the different points of view. And what I've been wondering about is this whole premise of war, what it means for us right now. And I was watching another show earlier this evening on Dark Journalist channel. And I like him because he really does these weird deep dives down subjects that I had never heard of before. And so their talk tonight was about the UFO files, and Dr. Farrell, I think is his name. He made a really good point that, maybe it's all the guys to release a new kind of technology. And so that, I think, is a very good theme. Is like, because you always ask why, if any of these conspiracy theories are true, and there's all this nefarious stuff happening, why are they doing that? And, there may be a myriad of things to tick down the list, oh, they're evil or whatever. They just want all the money. They want all the control. But yeah, it's like it's interesting how there seems to be this thread of like, oh, there's always something big that happens, some kind of story, and we don't really see behind the curtain what's really going on. There's a whole other play going on. And so they feed us the story, and we end up being kind of the players in like the kindergarten cheap musical version, but it's representative of something else. So I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense, but I'm trying to work through that idea. Because Alison McDowell was talking about stepping out of the play, but to me it does feel like Inception, where it's like a play within a play within a play. Um, the the musical Wicked was based on a book, which was based on an adaptation and a new interpretation of another book. And people always wonder about, the movie The Wizard of Oz, but they were books, and I'm lucky enough to have an old copy of one of the original printings of Frank L. Baum's Oz series. And it's almost like he was crowdsourcing the inspiration of those books. Yeah, there's so many layers. And what I was reading in the introduction to like the third book in the Oz series, I don't have any of the other ones. I just have like book 3. And it was Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, or the Land of Oz. But Dorothy was just a mere side character in like his first or second book. And then the kids that were reading that, they said, we love Dorothy. And so he wrote a book that expounded on her as a character. So when I just discovered that, my mind was blown, because I thought, in that sense of we're all standing on the shoulders of giants. Like, we have such a rich, long history. I'm doing a stream. And so I just think we're really fortunate in this time if we choose to embrace it. There is still so much good, and there are a few folks that we're going to end up connecting with and feeling as kindred spirits, and we're going to say, hey, like, even if it's just 2 people participating in a little group think, that kind of third brain that's created, it's unique and it's special. And I like that idea of grassroots, of that's the true potential of our evolution. So I do fear some things, and I want to be able to stand against them, but I don't know that we do ourselves very well to lose our minds about it either. So I'm trying to keep myself in check with that. Excuse me, I need to drink some water. So yeah, I'm going to start doing these streams as regularly as I can. I don't want to get too burned out, but I think it's a good place to come and just express some gratitudes. Because everything feels like such a mind fuck right now. And I just want to make sure that I don't lose myself in all that. Yes, more people are watching. We're so lucky for that. Weird Dark Strange is my daughter. That's my other channel that I am trying to produce some fun stories on. So anyway, I'm just so happy to be here, because I'm really motivated. I got a new ebook sent to me today, The End of All Evil. And I'm just going to read from the back page, because I may just read through this on stream as a record. So this is from End of Evil. Um, endofevil.com by Jeremy Locke, 2005. Never in all of history have the elements been arrayed against the evil manifest in tyranny and slavery as they are today. The dreams that burn in the hearts of billions have been growing stronger through the millennia. The children of this world are owed a liberty from slavery that few are able to comprehend. This is the most exciting era in all of human history. It is the dawn of the freedom of mankind. So that immediately resonates with me. I haven't even read the rest of this book, but I'd like to believe that one thing that keeps us from religion is that the sense of that connection with spirit, with creation. It's always that direct contact is interrupted by something artificial, like the institution of the house of God, right? Like the king talks to God directly, and the church is supposed to follow the orders of the king. I don't know. But only then does it come down to the father of the household, and then, the family. And so this is the old way, the origins of the Abrahamic religions, perhaps, is having that disconnect of spirit. So I think what's happening now is a lot of people are trying to reclaim that that connection. But the people that are running away from religion, they're going so far, far away from spirit too. That's just what I'm feeling. And I think that's unfortunate. Thankfully, I've been able to reconnect myself. I think in large part to connection with plants. I'm always digging in the dirt. I always get to walk under trees and see what's blooming every day and feel the changes in temperature and feel the extremes in weather and get acclimated to that and just wearing many layers. So even though I hate my job sometimes, I'm so glad I have that challenge to go out there in the world. It's just really cool. So yeah, I do think this is a great opportunity. And I think, maybe we need not be missionaries and like proselytize some kind of dogma about how scary the digital prison is going to be because we've been enslaved for perhaps millennia. This is just a new tool in their toolbox, and who's to say we can't use their tools in creative and beautiful ways and circumvent their censorship? I think we're creative. And so, yeah, that's why I'm optimistic. And I might be putting myself out here, and it might be really dangerous because I'm showing my cards, right? But for me, I think it's worth the risk. At least for now. I may have regrets, but I feel really good about what comes through when I'm able to babble, Yeah, sometimes I feel like a dope, but I'm proud of myself for trying. And thank you so much for checking this out. And I'll be back soon. I'll probably be back in a day or two. So have a good night. And I may be just reading that End of Evil. So if you're interested in that, I'll just title those as such in the next day or so. All right. Thank you. Good night.